It's finally here! And like you, we still can't contain our excitement.
Yippee!
Star Wars Celebration kicked off day 2 with a bang by giving us the very juicy Last Jedi panel. That wasn't enough, we got the glorious trailer we've all been waiting months for. Was it worth the wait? Yeah. And to be honest, we wouldn't be surprised if it broke the internet. But in our excitement, we also noticed a bunch of cool things that we thought we should pass on to our young Padawans. We're sure the Force is with you today, so why not use your own Jedi skills and click on the like and subscribe buttons to become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Why are you helping me? Because it's the right thing to do. You need a pilot. I need a pilot.
New vehicles. One thing fans love to see in a new Star Wars film is new ships and vehicles, and this trailer gives us both. In what appears to be a subtle nod toward The Empire Strikes Back, a group of really rickety ships, like they're about to crash into the ground rickety, lead a charge on a flat desert landscape toward what looks like giant AT-AT walkers in the distance. The ships in question are using flares on the back of their hulls, perhaps as a signal to other forces, or perhaps to blind the impending attackers. The walkers, however, look like quite the force to be reckoned with. We don't get a look at them up close, but they number much higher than the Hoth assault, and with the First Order's advanced technology, are likely better shielded and armed. We're not sure how the Resistance, if that even is the Resistance, will fight their way out of this one, considering the condition of the vehicles they are currently operating. But we've seen the good guys win before, with unlikely odds stacked against them. Who knows where this one will go?
Deflector shields down to 50%. We're sustaining heavy damage.
There's no turning back now.
And new ships. One of the most beloved parts of 2016's Rogue One was the whole entire final act. Unlike Force Awakens, that film had one hell of a space battle, and it looks like The Last Jedi is going to continue that tradition. There's a lot of questions going on here. First, there seems to be new ships, which is quite refreshing, as Force Awakens didn't really offer much in that field, simply giving us updated versions of TIE fighters and X-Wings. But this time, it's a whole new story. While the X-Wings are returning, a well-timed pause will indicate that A-Wings are going to be in this film. We know the New Republic fleet was destroyed when Hosnian Prime was wiped out of existence by Starkiller Base. So whose fleet could this belong to? Does the Resistance have other allies we're not privy to? Those large cruisers look pretty old. In fact, they look like they came out of the Clone Wars era, like large-scale versions of the V-19 Torrent starfighters. Perhaps someone was stockpiling old ships and retrofitted them? Or perhaps these are new ships that just happen to take on a similar design to what has come before us. Either way, they look awesome, and we hope they deliver some awesome action set pieces.
Much anger in him. Like his father.
The Jedi Order. The big mystery shot of the trailer comes at around the halfway mark, and we see some kind of bookshelf and the symbol of the old Jedi Order. This marks the first time we actually see the symbol of the Jedi Order on film. What is it doing here? We know that Luke is hiding out in exile at one of the first Jedi temples ever, so it's quite possible the temple in question housed a library of sorts. It's totally possible that this book in question may in fact be the Journal of the Wills. You might remember Chirrut and Baze from Rogue One. They were guardians of the Wills, and the Journal of the Wills is an old Jedi book that is part of canon, which is a journal that makes early references to the Jedi. In it, there's a poem detailing the light and dark sides, and a passage that states, "By the resolving of the gray through refined Jedi sight." The journal is an ancient Jedi source, and since Luke is at the first known Jedi temple, it totally makes sense that the journal would be hiding here, and finally becomes integral to the overall plot of the films. What's that thing holding up the books, you might also be wondering? That very well might be the Force tree that was shown a few years ago in the comic book Shattered Empire. We know Luke took one for his own academy, so it's not impossible to believe that he brought part of it with him on his exile.
Faith in your new apprentice, misplaced maybe, as is your faith in the dark side of the Force.
Kylo Ren's mask. Fans will remember that Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren, unmasked himself before killing his father, Han. He quickly engaged in a lightsaber duel with Finn and Rey before the planet was ultimately destroyed. While that particular mask was incinerated along with the planet, it seems like Kylo has backup masks, and he's still harboring some deep and probably unhealthy anger management problems. For reasons yet to be revealed, Kylo Ren has decided to completely smash his mask to smithereens. Why has he done this? While there's no solid answer yet, it could be that the call to the light side still haunts Kylo Ren, and he is furious that the murder of his father hasn't completely turned him into the dark side. Kylo Ren could be an interesting wildcard character. He still sports his Red Cross Guard saber, but will he ever be redeemed? Will he abandon Snoke and do his own thing once his training is complete? One thing is for certain, seems like we'll be seeing less of the mask this time around. We also get a peek at Kylo's mean scar across his face. Looks like Rey really did some damage there.
May the Force be with her.
Absent heroes and villains. The trailer did a great job at reuniting us with Rey and Luke while showing us brief looks at Kylo, Leia, Poe, and Finn. The film, curiously enough though, chose to omit certain characters from the trailer. Absent are Supreme Leader Snoke, who is said to be a practical being this time, not motion captured. General Hux, Admiral Akbar, Chewie, and others remain unseen to us. Also not shown are the newcomers to the series. Kelly Marie Tran, Benicio del Toro, and Laura Dern are all absent from the trailer, and we can still continue to theorize as to who or what Del Toro and Dern are playing. While there isn't any proof, many believe that Laura Dern could be playing Leia's political opponent and First Order supporter Lady Carice Sindian, who is introduced in the canon novel Bloodline, which would be an awesome way of tying the films to the novels. Only Kelly Marie Tran's character had some light shed on her during Celebration. We learn that she will play the Resistance maintenance worker Rose, who ends up involved with Finn's adventures, perhaps after a certain attack on a certain base happens.
It's the Resistance.
The Resistance under attack. One of the most forgotten lines in The Force Awakens was the casual line dropped from General Hux that they've tracked down the location of the Resistance base. Starkiller may be destroyed, but that's not going to stop anyone, least of all the First Order. They know the location of the base, and by the looks of things, decide to launch a full-scale attack. We can't blame them. We'd be angry too if a bunch of rebels blew up our trillion-dollar super weapon. It looks like the attack is pretty serious and efficient as well. While the trailer doesn't full-on show us the results, it appears that Poe's beloved black X-Wing will bite the dust early on in this film. If the base is under attack, where does the Resistance go after now that the New Republic has been destroyed? Do they have allies in the galaxy willing to help them? Or perhaps new sympathizers take them in after the Hazian Prime attack? Whatever the case, it looks like the Resistance somehow finds a new home as we see Leia at an unrecognizable location overlooking a star chart. Perhaps it's a ship or a new base? I'm gonna bet a ship.
The light. It's always been there. It will guide you.
Rey's Force Vision. One of the most memorable moments in The Force Awakens was when Rey had a Force vision when she picked up Luke's lightsaber. She was presented with a lot of information, from past events to the future. There was one shot, however, of Luke with R2-D2 by a campfire that stood out for most people, as it was our first real look at Luke in the film. Many of us assumed this was Luke moments after the attack on the Jedi Academy by his nephew Kylo Ren. That may still be the case, but we get to see a similar shot yet again in this trailer. Only this time, we get to see the temple burning. We may again be seeing the past, but what if this is the future, and what we're seeing is the Jedi Temple on the island where Luke has made his home? R2-D2 joined Rey to find Luke at the end of Force Awakens, making it totally possible that she was able to peek into the future. Does the First Order find Luke and hunt him down? The subsequent shot is of Captain Phasma, which is no proof that the two shots are even linked, but the amount of fire present in both suggests that there is a good chance the First Order strikes back.
Jabba, this is your last chance. Free us or die.
The Last Jedi. So, what does it mean? We get a tease as to where this might go. Ever since the title was revealed, many have theorized the possible meanings behind the title. Thanks to international translations, we know that The Last Jedi is meant to be plural. But now, Luke Skywalker himself adds more fuel to the fire by declaring that perhaps it's time that the Jedi simply end. Wow, we knew Luke felt bad and guilty about things, but not this bad. But all is not lost. With Luke training Rey, something new might arise. Luke may indeed be the last Jedi, but Rey might just become the first in a new breed of Force users. One that perhaps isn't so bound by the light or dark side of the Force. It's never truly been canon, but the concept of the Grey Jedi has intrigued fans for years. How could it not? A being who resides closer to the middle of the Force. The new canon has done a lot recently to show examples of beings who aren't on either side of the spectrum. Bendu in Rebels is the literal manifestation of the one in the middle, and Ahsoka Tano identified as no Jedi any longer, opting to use neutral white blades. If indeed we are seeing the Grey Jedi, then Luke having the Journal of the Wills makes 100% perfect sense, as it'd be his doctrine for a new direction. While meditating, Rey even makes references to seeing a balance between light and dark. While Luke might be the last Jedi, will Rey become the first of something new? Looks promising. There you have it, folks. What do you think of the debut teaser trailer for The Last Jedi? What secrets are you most curious to learn? Was there any we missed? Do you think this film will introduce the Grey Jedi idea? And what will happen to Kylo Ren and Rey? Whatever you think, let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome Last Jedi content.